Imagine creating an engine that was supposed to save your entire company, but instead, it nearly damaged your reputation around the world. That's exactly what happened with Volkswagen's EA888 engine. Today, this engine powers some of the most popular cars in the Volkswagen Group lineup, from the Golf GTI and Golf R to the Audi S3, Tiguan, and even the Skoda Octavia. It's powerful, efficient, tunable, and incredibly widespread. But the truth is, the EA888's journey wasn't smooth. Early versions faced serious reliability issues that left many owners frustrated and forced Volkswagen engineers to rethink the entire design. So how did an engine that almost became a disaster turn into one of Volkswagen's greatest success stories? Today on Volkswagen Hub, we're diving deep into the EA888, how it was created, what went wrong, and why it ultimately became one of the most important engines Volkswagen has ever built. Why Volkswagen needed a new engine. To understand the EA888, you need to go back to the early 2000s. At that time, most Volkswagen cars were still using naturally aspirated engines. These engines were simple and reliable, but they were starting to fall behind. Governments across Europe and the United States were introducing stricter emissions regulations. Fuel efficiency requirements were becoming tougher every year. At the same time, drivers still expected strong performance. Automakers needed engines that could deliver both power and efficiency, something that traditional naturally aspirated engines were struggling to achieve. The solution was a new engineering approach called downsizing. Instead of using a larger engine, manufacturers began using smaller engines with turbochargers and direct fuel injection to produce more power while using less fuel. Volkswagen needed an engine platform that could do exactly that. But they didn't just want an engine for one model. They wanted a single engine architecture that could power dozens of vehicles across multiple brands. That engine became the EA888, the birth of the EA888. The EA888 arrived in the late 2000s as Volkswagen's new generation of turbocharged four-cylinder engines. It featured several advanced technologies for the time: turbocharging for increased power, direct fuel injection for improved efficiency, dual overhead camshafts, a timing chain instead of a belt, a modular design that allowed it to fit into many different vehicles. The engine quickly spread across the entire Volkswagen Group. You could find it in Volkswagen Golf GTI, Passat, Tiguan, Audi A4, Audi S3, Skoda Octavia, Seat Leon. Millions of cars were equipped with the EA888. On paper, it looked like the perfect engine. But once thousands of drivers began putting miles on it, problems started to appear. The first major problem: timing chain failure. One of the first major issues reported with early EA888 engines appeared during cold starts. Some owners began hearing a brief rattling noise from the engine right after starting the car. The sound usually lasted only a few seconds before disappearing. So many drivers assumed it was normal. But that short rattle was often an early warning sign of a deeper problem. The issue came from the timing chain tensioner. While timing chains are designed to last the life of the engine, they rely on a tensioner to keep the chain tight and properly aligned. In early EA888 engines, the hydraulic tensioner sometimes struggled to maintain pressure during startup, especially before the engine's oil pressure fully built up. When this happened, the timing chain could briefly loosen. In an interference engine like the EA888, even a small timing shift can cause serious damage. The pistons and valves move within the same space inside the cylinder, but they must remain perfectly synchronized. If the timing chain slips or jumps, that precise timing is lost. The result can be severe mechanical damage, bent valves, damaged pistons, or even complete engine failure. For many owners, what started as a simple startup rattle eventually led to repair bills costing several $1,000s. making timing chain tensioner failure one of the most well-known problems in the early generations of the EA888. The second issue, excessive oil consumption. Not long after the timing chain concerns began surfacing, another problem started appearing across owner forums, repair shops, and dealership service departments. Many drivers began reporting that certain EA888 engines were consuming oil much faster than expected. In some cases, owners found themselves adding a liter of oil every 1,000 miles, and sometimes even more. For a modern engine, that level of oil consumption was considered unusually high. What made the issue particularly confusing was that there were often no obvious warning signs. Most drivers didn't see oil leaking under the car, and there was usually no visible blue smoke coming from the exhaust. From the outside, the engine seemed to be running normally, but internally, the oil was slowly being burned during the combustion process. Engineers later traced the issue to piston rings that didn't always seal perfectly under certain operating conditions. The piston rings are responsible for sealing the combustion chamber and preventing oil from entering the cylinders. When that seal isn't perfect, small amounts of oil can slip past the rings and enter the combustion chamber. Once inside the chamber, the oil burns along with the fuel. This process happens quietly and gradually, which is why many drivers only noticed the issue when their oil level began dropping unexpectedly. As more cases appeared, the problem gained attention in several markets. In North America, the issue eventually led to lawsuits involving certain model years equipped with the EA888 engine. Volkswagen responded by offering extended warranties, inspections, and repairs for many affected vehicles. However, by that point, the issue had already created concerns among owners and added to the growing debate about the reliability of the early EA888 engines. The third problem, carbon buildup. The EA888 also experienced another issue that many modern direct injection engines face. Carbon deposits began forming on the intake valves. Here's why. In older engines with port fuel injection, fuel sprays over the intake valves before entering the cylinder. This fuel helps wash away deposits, but in direct injection engines like the EA888, fuel goes directly into the combustion chamber. That means the intake valves no longer receive that cleaning effect. Over time, carbon deposits can accumulate. This can lead to rough idling, reduced airflow, and a gradual loss of performance. The most common solution became a process called walnut blasting, where crushed walnut shells are used to clean the valves. It works well, but it's an additional maintenance cost many owners never expected. Volkswagen's response? Inside Volkswagen, engineers quickly realized that the EA888 had strong potential, but some early design issues needed attention. Rather than abandoning the engine, they focused on improving it step by step. Because the EA888 was already being used across many Volkswagen Group vehicles, refining the platform made far more sense than replacing it entirely. When the third generation EA888 arrived around 2013, several important upgrades were introduced. The timing chain tensioner was redesigned to maintain better pressure during cold starts, significantly reducing the risk of timing-related failures. Engineers also updated the piston ring design to improve sealing and reduce the oil consumption problems that some owners had experienced. In addition, various internal components were strengthened to increase durability and long-term reliability. Later versions of the engine introduced dual injection technology, combining both port injection and direct injection. The port injection system helps keep the intake valves clean, while direct injection continues to deliver strong performance and fuel efficiency. With these improvements, the EA888 became far more reliable than its early versions. Over time, the engine platform matured into a stronger, more refined design that continues to power many Volkswagen and Audi models today. the tuning community discovers the EA888. Interestingly, while Volkswagen was fixing early issues, something unexpected happened. The tuning community discovered just how capable the EA888 really was. Because of its strong internal components and turbocharged design, the engine responded extremely well to modifications. A simple ECU tune could unlock significant additional horsepower. With upgraded hardware and tuning, the EA88888 became capable of producing performance levels far beyond its factory output. Golf GTI and Golf R owners began building cars producing 400 horsepower or more. In some cases, highly modified versions even pushed beyond 500 horsepower. The same engine that had once been criticized for reliability issues was now becoming a favorite platform for performance enthusiasts. The EA888 today. Today, the EA888 remains one of the most important engines in the Volkswagen Group lineup. The latest generations produce impressive power while meeting modern emissions standards. In some applications, the engine now produces more than 330 horsepower. It powers everything from everyday family SUVs to high-performance hatchbacks and sports sedans. More importantly, the architecture has proven adaptable and durable after years of refinement. What started as a troubled engine has matured into one of the most widely used turbocharged engines in the industry. The real lesson behind the EA888. The story of the EA888 reveals something important about modern automotive engineering. Today, car manufacturers rarely design a completely different engine for every model. Instead, they build one core engine architecture that can power dozens of vehicles across multiple brands, markets, and performance levels. That strategy saves money, simplifies manufacturing, and allows companies to scale their technology globally. But it also comes with enormous risk. When a single engine platform is used in millions of vehicles, even a small design flaw can quickly become a major issue. A problem that might affect a few thousand cars in the past can suddenly impact hundreds of thousands of owners across different countries and brands. That's exactly what happened during the early years of the EA888. Timing chain failures, oil consumption complaints, and carbon buildup issues appeared across Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda, and Seat models, because they were all using the same underlying engine design. However, the other side of that risk is the opportunity to improve. When engineers identify and fix problems in a widely used engine platform, those improvements benefit millions of vehicles moving forward. Instead of abandoning the EA888 after its early setbacks, Volkswagen chose to refine it generation after generation. They redesigned critical components, improved oil control, strengthened the timing system, and introduced new technologies like dual injection to address carbon buildup. Over time, those improvements transformed the EA888 from a controversial engine into one of the most versatile and capable turbocharged engines in the industry. Today, it delivers strong performance, solid efficiency, and the flexibility to power everything from family sedans to high-performance hatchbacks. In many ways, the EA888 represents the reality of modern engineering. Innovation often comes with challenges, but the ability to learn, adapt, and improve is what ultimately defines success. And after years of refinement, the EA888 has become a key part of Volkswagen's identity. Today, this engine continues to power some of the most exciting Volkswagen and Audi vehicles on the road, proving that even an engine with a difficult beginning can evolve into something truly impressive. So was the EA888 a failure or a success? The answer is actually both. Early versions had serious flaws that caused real problems for many owners. But through constant engineering improvements, the EA888 evolved into one of the most successful turbocharged engines Volkswagen has ever produced. And today, It continues to power the legendary Golf GTI and many other performance models around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Volkswagen engineering, make sure to subscribe to Volkswagen Hub for more stories about the cars, engines, and technology behind the brand. And if you drive a Volkswagen with the EA888 engine, let us know your experience in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.